Hello everyone, welcome to the Hideout. Here's my pulls on the free-to-play Gundam Generation Eternal account from a week's worth of diamonds. First up is the 10 pull on the premium unit assembly from tickets. I got lucky here and ended up pulling a UR supporter, Rulina and Peace Million from Gundam Wing. I decided to go with the featured unit assembly Caliburn banner. Having 100 pulls from the starting missions and stages made me kind of figure why not. I get a guaranteed UR on the 100th pull, and I might be able to farm enough diamonds to get the 200 exchange points in the end of the event to get a guaranteed UR from the exchange tokens. On the first 10 pull, I got an SSR Gundam Rose with George Desand from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. On the second 10 pull, I managed to grab 4 SSRs, all with pilots, so not a bad start there. 5 pilots so far, starting to stock up. Third 10 pull, ended up with another pilot and a copy of the Halphas Gundam. So far, so good, but sadly lacking any UR pulls. The fourth pull netted 3 SSRs with 2 new pilots, so even more stocking up on the pilot roster here. Great to have options and being able to pivot into something I might need down the road. On the fifth pull, I finally get a first UR, and it's the Destiny Gundam, which is from the banner. Awesome Gundam. The Destiny Gundam is a great UR. The pilot is amazing on the Destiny Gundam, and it can be used on many different mobile suits. Next up, more SSRs with an additional pilot. Seventh banner wasn't the greatest, no SSR pilots. Eighth banner drops an SSR supporter for Gundam Seed, Natarli, and Dominion. The ninth banner gives us a duplicate SSR. And for our final 10 pull, we're guaranteed a UR. It ends up being the Death Scythe Hell, but before that, I pull a UR New Gundam. So I ended up pulling 3 UR units from the Caliburn banner and 1 UR supporter from the premium ticket assemblies. So 4 URs total on about 110 pulls. Not too bad to start out here. Alright, so moving into the account in review. I'm just logging in here for the week review. I'm not going to use any AP or anything. A little bit over a week, but close enough. So I ended up at rank 23 at the end of the week, basically. So pretty good progress there. We've got a large AP tank now, and our warship cruise is bringing in some decent AP for us to do additional stages and stuff. Reviewing our panel missions, I'm nearly complete the Gundam aerial panel. Just need to upgrade some weapons on my Gundams, which I haven't really looked at yet. For the first panel mission for the for the New Year series, I've fully completed this one. The second one I can't complete because it's the Master League stuff and that's not available right now. The third one I've also completed, and the advanced missions, I've got 3 left, I think. There may be an additional set after this, but this will take a while to fully complete. But as you can see, I have completed 2 Eternal Road Hard stages. So looking at my units, I've continued to use the F91, Force Impulse, Exia, G-Quux, and Gundam Astray as my main unstoppable team. But as you can see, I've also leveled up the Destiny Gundam, the Death Scythe Hell, and a few other URs to assist me through the beginning stages. And I've also got a second team that I'll show off later that I used for event stages and history stages and Eternal Road stages. But as of right now, most of these upgrades are just on the Gundams themselves. I haven't done too much weapon upgrading as I haven't needed to just yet. As far as our characters go, I've got a good bit of levels on the characters that I'm using. The SSRs, Mate and Rondo, both level 70, and then a couple others around level 45 just to use them for more difficult stages and stuff. As far as the supporters go, a couple of URs, mostly using Rain right now, and the alternative series SR supporter that the game gives you for free. But I've got a couple options across the board here. And moving on to our stages, I did successfully clear level 6 of all the upgrade stages. This was a couple days ago. I'm pretty sure I used my free squad for everything except the supporter upgrade stage. Yeah, I did use a second squad for this. After I got my UR pulls and such, I just built a quick second squad. And as far as the main stages, I've completed a good bit. Basically, Seed Recollection, Double Zeta, Wing. Completed all those since the first episode. And I'm currently working on Destiny and Witch from Mercury. Destiny, I'm nearly complete. It's giving me a little bit of trouble, though, on the final stage, because I think you do need a decent team for the actual series squad to complete it. It might be possible with just a free squad, but I don't know about that. I want to say stage 2, it's useful to have a Gundam with a map attack. And as you can see, I have SP'd the Freedom Gundam here. So Freedom Gundam's a super good SP. Check out my video that I just released on SP targets. It'll give some advice on what you should and shouldn't SP. And the Freedom Gundam's definitely a huge help for this stage here. That map attack on stage 2 of Seed Destiny in the beginning, if you have it as your lead unit, it clears out a bunch of units and it helps a lot. And it allows you to go through the stage pretty easily. So Freedom Gundam just for that stage is really nice. And you might not even need to SP it for that, but it's just a super good SP. And then Witch from Mercury is just the final hard stages that I haven't completed. So kind of working on those two. I'll probably progress the series squads and upgrade some stuff so I can complete those. And then at that point, I'll have the kind of initial stuff done from the main stages. So I'll be in a good position to farm and build some dev units out, or dev diagrams out, you know, and be able to build dev units. And then I can start considering going into the later main stages and such. As far as the history stages go, I have actually been focusing a good bit of time into these. Not only do you get a decent amount of diamonds and SSRs and SSR pilots, but the 0083 Stardust Memory event has a Gundam that I actually do want to develop. I want to say the GP04 or GP03, one of them, I think it's the GP03, has the Unstoppable tag, and the large, oh no, it doesn't have the large tag. It has the test type tag. So it's Unstoppable and test type. And I've got UR supporters for both of those. So I do want to try and get the GP03. It also has an escape function, which is pretty cool. So I have been working on these history stages that they've just added. And actually a lot of my AP's been going into those. Moving on to the Fierce Enemy Assault. I was able to clear the expert level stage of the Zaku Warrior live concert type. I did have to manually do it. It's kind of difficult to do on auto battle because your units don't focus the Zaku Warrior live concert. But after doing it manually with this team here, I was able to 3-star it, and then now I can skip it. Main reason I want to do that is for the SSP conversion chips, and then also just the SR, the triple limit break SR. But I'm pretty sure this is basically done. You can keep on doing these for some upgrade materials, but I'm gonna try and get a couple different Gundams here. I didn't actually farm them that much, the other stages, so I might try and go for like a Bylorant custom, or a Red Gundam or a Destiny Impulse or something, but I don't think I have any of the other event stage Gundams triple limit broken yet, so I might try and go for those, and we'll see. But I haven't been paying too much attention to this event other than just skipping the expert stage in the past couple days. And then at our base, our character requests are starting to look good. We're getting a good bit at rank 2 at this point, and some of them we're even working on getting them to rank 3. And our warship cruise, hopefully I don't click on it, but our warship cruise now has level 3 AP from our rank, which is pretty nice because that's a nice little breakpoint there where I'm getting a good bit of AP that can be collected and stored. Now, if you guys are having trouble with any of the stages like Seed Destiny or Witch from Mercury, feel free to pull on your banners, try to get some URs. They can definitely help out, especially if you get some series squad URs. And don't be afraid to build out other squads or teams at this point. You should have a ton of upgrade materials if you use the free squad carry for the majority of the game. So don't be afraid to level up some Gundams. And, for Seed Destiny, Witch from Mercury, and a couple of the other later stages, you can start upgrading and building out series squads for those because they're going to be a bit more difficult than the intro series stages. And you've probably got enough development material banked up to start tackling those other stages, the other main stages. But using the free squad carry for the early game stages is definitely, a good idea. It basically got me through 6 stages with most of the way through 8 stages, and, then I can start working on these other stages. And I can focus my resources into the other stage series squads if I need to. So, you can start upgrading units and building out other teams now because you should be pretty loaded up on upgrade materials, supporter materials, pilot materials, all that good stuff. And even with all these Gundams that I've got, level 90, level 100, I'm still sitting on, 459 of the gold upgrade datas, and I don't even think I've used any of the silver upgrade datas. And like I said, I haven't really upgraded many weapons, so I'm going to be upgrading weapons soon. And that'll give my Gundams an additional boost. But if you're having trouble with those, check out my SP recommendations video. Start upgrading weapons. You can start pushing other squads. But I think you should be able to clear, Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, Wing, Seed, and Seed Recollection pretty easily with just the free squad. I hope you all enjoyed the week's recap of the free-to-play Generation Eternal account, and thanks for tuning into the Hideout.